places that before I even knew I was coming to Japan, I was obsessed about really wanting to visit. It's like a walk-around zoo that is home to 6 different species of fox. I was concerned before I went. Most of the village is a large walk-around area where wild foxes can walk around like normal and you can also walk around with them. In these areas, it's recommended you don't try and touch any of the foxes because they're wild and they might bite you. But before you get to that enclosure, there is a section that contains domesticated foxes, which for an extra little amount of money you can pay to hold them and stroke them. This was the part that concerned me because I do know over the world there are places that do things like drug tigers and lions so that people can have a photo with them, and I'm really against that. So I did a bit of research to see if there had been any articles on Japan's fox village drugging their foxes in order to allow people to have cuddles with them. But I found nothing at all suggesting that that could be the case, which made me feel a bit more reassured. When I got there, I could see that the domesticated foxes looked perfectly normal when they were on the ground walking around. They didn't move around as much when they were being hugged by people, but once they were put back, they were walking around like the other normal foxes, which led me to believe that they hadn't been drugged. Of course, after seeing this, I really wanted to hold one. So here are some of the photos of both me and my boyfriend holding fluffy foxes in the fox village. And honestly, they really are the fluffiest animal I think I have ever felt. Fluffier than my cats. Sorry, cats. But although I do find this sanctuary more natural than most zoos, for example, if you are sensitive to seeing animals at all out of their natural habitat, for example seeing a domesticated fox, then I wouldn't recommend that you go to Fox Village. In the enclosure there is a feeding area. Foxes get very aggressive when they're being fed, so you can't feed them directly from your hand. You could walk up to the area and throw food off of the edge of a balcony for them. Other than that, most of the other wild foxes were having a little nap. I tried to film as much as I could, but I was a bit distracted with the whole experience. So I hope you enjoy a little snapshot of my whole experience.
You can't pet these foxes because they might bite you. Fox Village is freezing. Wrap up warm.